Hi, Tylord here with a video on some of my recent pickups. Okay, so sorry for the lack of activity on my channel within the last couple of months. I've been busy with the vacation and the kids and work and stuff. Over that time, I came to realize I'm on a really good schedule with my gym. I'm back in the routine of going to the gym hard with the weights and the cardio. And my diet is really controlled compared to what it used to be. I'm working out so much, though I don't really have to watch what I eat as much. I'm not porking out like I did 5 or 10 years ago when I got really chubby. But I'm sticking to a consistent diet. I'm eating a lot of healthy foods like beets and vegetables. And I'm still having a burger here and there, or a pizza. But I've been hitting the gym really hard. I'm on a really consistent schedule with the gym. And I have a few workout partners that go with me to the gym, so I'm really motivated to stay on it. So that's one of the reasons I haven't been doing a video recently. I started doing these videos to stay motivated to stick to the gym and stick to the diet, so I could see myself on the camera and I could get inspiration and I could get encouragement from others that watch. But now that I'm on this really good schedule, I feel like I don't need to do the diet updates. I might do one here and there, maybe once every couple of months to show my progress, but I feel like I'm on a good schedule. I'm back on the routine of exercising and eating good. So I don't think I'm going to be doing the diet update videos anymore, but I'm still going to stick to doing videos because over the past couple of years I've come to realize that I enjoy coming in front of the camera and talking about my games and kind of socializing with all of my buddies on the internet. And I made a lot of friends. Yeah, but I do appreciate all the encouragement from people down below in the comments, especially Jason Vectrex is always getting on me to stick to my diet and my exercising and all that. I'm not really the best guy to talk to when it comes to nutrition and exercising. There are a lot of other guys that are way better than I am. It's taken me years. It's a very slow process for me to get back in shape. When I first got married, I got out of judo and exercising, and I just was grubbing on junk food all the day long. And because of games like this, Resident Evil 4, I never wanted to exercise or anything. This game is so fun. I got addicted to this game, among others. Warcraft is another one I got addicted to for a solid year. I gave that up. That's worse than drugs or alcohol, World of Warcraft. Anyway, but I'm back. I have a family with kids now, so I need to be healthy. And making these videos help me get to that point where I'm back leading a healthier lifestyle. So I appreciate everyone for the encouragement. I feel like I don't need to make the diet updates anymore. But in my free time, I will continue to do these pickup videos. I want to share my collections a lot and just socialize with all of my buddies here on the YouTube. Anyway, so look for more videos from me, hopefully weekly or bi-weekly. Okay, so on to the pickups. It's been a while since I've done any, so I have quite a stack right here. I went on vacation last week. I took my wife and kids up to see my granddad in northern Idaho, Post Falls. So we had to drive through the treacherous mountain fires in Northern California to get there, but it wasn't that bad of a trip. The girls did good, and we had a good time, and we got to visit with granddad and some other relatives up there. But while we were up there, I did have a chance to look at a few game stores in Spokane, Washington, and in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So one of the games I picked up in Idaho was Tekken Cross Street Fighter, or Street Fighter Cross Tekken rather, for the PlayStation Vita. And I was enjoying this game a lot on the drive home when my wife was driving most of the time because I was addicted to this game. I'm a big Street Fighter fan. Anyone wants to play Street Fighter with me, I'll put my PlayStation name down below. Another place I stopped in at Spokane, Washington, it was called Trade-A-Game, I believe. It looked like an old Blockbuster video, and it still had the kind of the same vibe as Blockbuster, with all the shelves with all the games on there. I think there was even some DVDs. quite a selection of games. They weren't too overpriced, but I didn't want to spend the money they were asking. I'm very cheap. One game I did see for $5 that I really wanted. This was on my wish list. I played this game a lot back when it came out. I had it on GameCube. It's a stealth action supernatural game, a third-person game. This game was really good. I enjoy stuff like Splinter Cell. It's kind of like a paranormal take on Splinter Cell. A lot of stealth, but you can possess your enemies. You can use pyrokinesis and telekinesis and whatnot. This is actually one of the few games back then that kind of distracted me from Resident Evil 4. This is my favorite game of all time on GameCube. I played it so much, it's scary. And a lot of games I would buy back then or rent didn't live up to Resident Evil 4 for me, but this one kind of came close. I did spend a lot of time on this. It's probably not worth that much, but I never see it anymore, and it's one of the games I wanted in my library. And then in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, a nice little shop. It was called Press Start to Play. We usually stop in there when we're up there. We're usually up there once a year, and I usually find something I like there. This year I found Brute Force for the Xbox, the original Xbox. I had this game when it came out, but I don't know what happened to it. I always enjoyed this game. Really fun multiplayer. It's a lot like Halo, but it's third person and it's squad based. I think you can play up to 4 players at once, the campaign. It's really fun, and each character has their own advantages. There's like a sniper and a tank and a stealth character, and then one is kind of like all around. But this is a really fun action adventure sci-fi kind of team squad-based fighting. Kind of reminds me a lot of Halo, though. Only third person. I know DGC is a big fan of this game. I would like to get online and play it with him, but I don't think there's any way to play this game online anymore. I do think this is one of the backward compatible ones for Xbox One. Yeah, but this is a really fun game. My brother and I got to the last level when I had it, but we never beat it, so hopefully one day I can beat it. Advent Rising. This is a game that I always wanted, but I never had time to play it. I didn't really hear too much good things about it, but it kind of appealed to me. I like the sci-fi look, and the graphics look really nice. And I understand it has a really good score, or a soundtrack. I think Tommy Tallarico does the music for this. Always looking for this game, and I remember it was cheap for a while, and I go, I'll put it off and get it, but now I don't see it anymore. I saw it up there in Idaho, so I got it for $3. I don't have a Sega Saturn, but someday I plan on getting one. And I saw Street Fighter the movie, disc only, for the Sega Saturn, so I got that. I always liked this game, and I always like Street Fighter the movie, as well, as corny as it is. Something about playing Street Fighter games with digitized actors, Jean-Claude Van Damme in there, and it plays just like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, or similar. So I was happy to get this. I always enjoyed this on PlayStation. I don't have it anymore, but I wanted a copy of Street Fighter the movie. So if I ever get a Saturn now, I'll have that to play. Okay. And then before vacation, actually it's been about a month by now, I did a little trade with Justin from Sprooch Game Hunting. Sprooch Game Hunting Justin. I found a horror game. He's into the horror games. I found Obscure Aftermath for PlayStation 2 for a few bucks. And I know he's into that, so I offered a trade for a Jet Force Gemini on Nintendo 64. This is a game that looks really good to me. I know I'm never going to have time to play it. Eventually I want to, though. From what I see of this game, it looks really ambitious for the time. It's a Rare title. I think it is developed by Rare, or it's published by Rare. It just looks really ambitious and good, like an action-adventure platforming shooter game for N64. I really want to get down on this game and play it. But like I said, I never touched it. I was too busy playing Resident Evil 2 or the WCW games or Shadows of the Empire on my 64, so I never really got around to that one. But I have this one now. Been wanting that in my collection, so thank you, Sprooch, for that trade. Here's a super rare, expensive Sega Genesis game I got for $2 at the Goodwill. College Football USA 96. I just bought it because it was a Sega Genesis game and I never see them, so even if there's a sports game, I get all excited. Look, it's a Sega Genesis game. Yeah, so I don't have that big of a Sega Genesis collection, so anytime I find one, I want to add it. If I'm going to play a football game, it'll be one of these older ones. I find these a lot better than the newer ones are better, of course, the more intricate, better graphics, but they're a little too complicated for me. So stuff like this appeals to me more. Really happy to find this Godzilla collection on VHS. Not all of them, of course. A few of them from the 60s and 70s. Oh, it even has Godzilla 1985 in here. That's one of my favorites. The reason I got this, Godzilla vs. Gigan, that's another one of my favorites. I forget the name of the director. He did, I forget the name of the director. I think he did Mechagodzilla and Megalon and Gigan and Terror of Mechagodzilla. But I like those corny 70s Godzilla movies. A lot of people don't like them, but those are among my favorites. But then 85 is kind of a more serious movie. Kind of dramatic and gritty for a Godzilla movie. I like that one too. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla is one of the hardest ones to find. I can't find that on DVD anywhere. But I have it on VHS now. So that's one of the ones I never see on television. I never see it on DVD, and it costs a lot to order it online. Even I couldn't even find the torrent of it back when I did the Pirate Bay stuff. Don't tell anyone. Anyway, so Godzilla there. I found this thing. I probably overspent on it, but this D-Link media player. It was $5 at Goodwill. I see they go for more than that online. Looks like it's missing the little Wi-Fi antenna, so I hope it works. Anything I can stream videos on or watch videos, I can hook it up to some TV. I always like having extra stuff like that. I see even the remote goes for quite a little bit online, so I got that. I haven't tried it out yet, so hopefully if it works, it doesn't. I'm out $5 and I could have got a Taco Bell box for that. Okay, so I had a Texas Instrument 83 Plus. I found it at the Goodwill last year for $3, and I put it up on OfferUp. I didn't sell it until now. Kids are going back to school. A little college girl bought it from me for $40. I know I probably could have got more than that, but $40 is a big profit for me when I bought it for $3. So I took the $40 and I bought a PlayStation bundle from a buddy at work. He sold me his PlayStation 3 with 2 controllers and several games for $40. So I used that $40 to buy that. So I kept one of the controllers and the games, and I flipped the PlayStation 3. I sold it for $50. So I was up another $10. And then the games that came with it, I took several of them that go for quite a bit at GameStop with the 50% extra trade-in credit. I took those and the controller in, and I got $37. With that $37, I bought this game I've been wanting, Sega Genesis Collection. Now I can play some Golden Axe and Streets of Rage 2 online. So hit me up if anyone wants to play Streets of Rage 2 or Golden Axe with me online. Heck yeah. So anyway, I was up $50 and I got that. So I still have $5 credit more at GameStop. Then the other games I kept, Gran Turismo 5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, FIFA Soccer 2011, Metal Gear Solid 4. So I have all those now. So I got all those games and the Sega Genesis Collection, $5 more at GameStop, and then $50 cash. I got all that starting off with a $3 Texas Instrument graphing calculator. So hooray for Tylord. Some other recent pickups around town. Uncharted 3, 50 cents. It has the manual and everything, and there it's in good shape. I don't think it's worth much more than that, but anytime I see a good game for 50 cents, grab it. 50 cents, I got Lego Indiana Jones Kung Fu Panda double disc. Yeah, there's 2 discs in there. FIFA Soccer 13, I got that for 50 cents. Need for Speed Pro Street on PlayStation 2, 50 cents. And that's in good shape and it has the book. These Harry Potter games, I grabbed those. I hear they go for a lot or they're sought after or something. I'm not really into Harry Potter, but I hear people talk about they go for more than other games. 50 cents, I got Sorcerer's Stone and the Goblet of Fire. Both Xbox games. MX versus ATV Unleashed for PlayStation 2, 50 cents. This one was $3, Metal Saga. And I see it's an Atlas game, so that must mean that nerds want it. I don't think this is one of the expensive Atlas games, but I had to grab that for $3. It doesn't have the book. And then yet another Gran Turismo 3, 50 cents. Super Bust-A-Move, the puzzle game, 50 cents. Resident Evil, The Dark Side Chronicles, that was $8. I spent the $8 because I wanted to add it to my Resident Evil collection. So I have most of the Wii Resident Evil games now. This is another one I was happy to find for $4. Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. I tried to give this game a chance. I'm not into Metal Gear like other people. I tried to give it a chance. I tried to play through the first one. I spent a few hours on it. I just could not get into it. The second one, I tried it for a few hours. I could not get into it. This one, I spent the most time on. It's probably my favorite of the ones I played, but still, I got bored with it. Like maybe 10 hours in, I just couldn't take it anymore. Anyway, but I took that in and traded it when I had it, but now I have it again. So, and then this Xbox 360 game Dark. From footage I've seen of it, it looks pretty cool, like a stealth vampire game or something or other. I don't know. 50 cents though. My good buddy Dave from the Virtua Brothers, aka Segalacious, was hyping up this game. He wasn't hyping it up too much. He made a really good video on this. I'll try to put the link in the description if I remember. He does really good informative videos on video games. This being one of them. Kakuto Chojin. It's a fighting game. I guess it doesn't get too much praise. I think Segalacious gave it a little bit too much credit than what it deserves. He always looks for the best in games, and I appreciate that about him. I haven't tried it yet. Eventually, I want to do a fighting game marathon. I want to run through a bunch of fighting games I never played before. Fighting games are probably one of my favorite genres, probably survival horror and fighting games. So I'm looking forward to playing this. I usually have the best of times with even the worst of fighting games. It looks like this one has potential though. Okay, I found Dirty Rotten Scoundrels on VHS sealed. I don't know if this is one of the ones they used to sell at McDonald's. I remember when I was a kid they sold VHS tapes at McDonald's. And Dirty Rotten Scoundrels was one of the tapes they sold at McDonald's. This is one of my favorite comedy movies ever. I've noticed Michael Caine is in a lot of my favorite movies. Of course, he's in the new Batman movies. He's in Jaws the Revenge, that crappy movie that I really like. The movie adaptation of Peter Benchley's The Island. I like the Ipcris File with Michael Caine. Anyway, Steve Martin is in there. He's in a lot of my favorite comedy movies from the 80s. Yeah, and I just realized the gal in here died that played Janet Colgate. I think her name Glenn Headley. She just died last year. I didn't even know that. She was in quite a few good movies back then. A lot of people didn't know her name. I remember she was in Dick Tracy and Mr. Holland's Opus and Sergeant Bilko. Another one with Steve Martin. I had no idea she had passed away. I was hoping for a sequel, but I guess it's not going to happen now. At least not with all of the 3 main characters. I have it already, but not a sealed one. I don't know if I can get any money for it. It was 25 cents. Okay, for 99 cents I got Art Alive for the Sega Genesis. In the case, it even has the little hang tag and the manual in there. Yeah, 95 cents, kind of a Mario Paint type deal. I'm thinking about upgrading to Mario Paint. I see there's a Mario Paint with the pad and the mouse on offer up in my area for $25. I kind of want to drop the $25 and get that to upgrade to my my special effects, so I don't have to use this. I might donate this to Power Player Paul for his special effects, because I think I'm graduating to Mario Paint. Okay, and then this was $3, Star Wars Battlefront on PlayStation 2. It's really clean and the manual looks nice. I already have it, but I'm probably going to trade this one. Another copy of Need for Speed The Run, I got that for $3. I'll probably trade that. WWF SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, I got that for 50 cents. This is when I really stopped liking wrestling around this time. I like Kurt Angle and all those guys around the time, but it just was really going downhill for me. I know a lot of kids really like it around this time. I just can't stand wrestling at this point and beyond. I try to get into it. It's just not my generation. I'm sure when I was a kid and I liked all those Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Ravishing Rick Rude's matches, like WrestleMania 1 through 6, that's the golden age for me. I'm sure my parents and my uncles and stuff thought that was lame when they were adults and I was a kid and I liked the Hulk Hogan stuff. I'm just the same way. I think all this stuff from this point on is lame. But I mean, kids like it, so I don't want to take it away from them. The Rock is cool though. Like he was what was keeping it going. The Rock and Stone Cold. Alright. Anytime I see a 007 game, I pick it up. 007 film series is my favorite film series of all time. Among my favorite movies of all time. Video games I tend to like as well. Agent Under Fire, I beat this one on Xbox. But I bought it for PlayStation 2 for 50 cents. Then I got Iron Eagle with Lou Gossett Jr., 99 cents. Movie, DVD. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I would probably like it if I gave it a watch if I have time. I like Lou Gossett Jr. Mostly because of Jaws 3. I like him because of a crappy movie. And then Mercenaries 1 on the Xbox, 50 cents. I'm glad to have that in my collection. This is one my wife and I have been wanting to play, so I was glad I picked that up for 50 cents. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support from everyone. I've noticed since I haven't been doing videos, I've been getting a bunch more subscribers, and I don't know where they're coming from, but thank you all for watching my stuff and subscribing. And thanks to all my usual buddies that watch and chime in and give me support with my my diet and all that. Anyway, good to be back. Good talking to you all. I'll see you on my next pickup video. Bye!